Okay, it looks like we're live. So welcome back. Today I'm going to be working on TypeScript, right? So I'm going to be writing in TypeScript. I've never actually really used it before, so it will be a new experience. Um, the goal basically is to make VS Code competitive, right? Basically I'm going to be building a text editor. Kano.ts, that's what I call it because that's funny. Sort of just a meme video. Haha, yes sir, yes sir. Um, right. So basically, I wanted to learn TypeScript, so I thought this would be a fun way to do that. It's not gonna be like a super long-term project, just a couple streams. Right, so that's what we have so far. Just need to set it up. Kano, but in TypeScript, yes. Yes, indeed. So I'm gonna be making a new Kano. It'll be entirely web-based, right? In the browser. So that'll be pretty based. Wanted to learn TypeScript, yes. So I can more effectively roast it, right? But anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna be building the next VS Code, basically. Let me set up the environment here. So this would be So to do it, you have to run the TypeScript compiler, -w, and then watch main ts. And I think that works. And then watch it, so it'll continuously build it as you save. And then this, yes, this is for building. I guess it's not really building, so that this one should be that. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, so it basically compiles the TypeScript into JavaScript. And I'm gonna use Vim because that is easier to use. So, like, because of the highlighting. So, yeah, this is basically what it looks like. So you create a variable using let, because it's a based language, right? And then you can give it the type. Stuff like that. Some of the types I don't know exactly, because there's like HTML elements and stuff, and there's a lot of different kinds of types. But that's basically how it works. I've used some JavaScript, but not really TypeScript. That was never something I got into, so I will have to learn a lot. Yeah, so I just created this paragraph text. So basically what I'll do is I'm going to capture input from the user, and then display it as the text in here, in the paragraph. So to do that, let me see. So this is just a simple thing, right? It prints hello world out right here. I can zoom in a little so it's easier to see. Maybe that doesn't work. Okay, I guess I cannot do that. Can I click here and do that? There we go. Yes. Okay, perfect. Because the console battle will be useful. So let's see. So let's delete that. And I think what we need to do is create an event listener. Right, so I do want to talk more about the text editor, how it's going to be structured, but I will do that in a little bit. But I think it's key down that I want to use. I forget, because there's key down and there's key press. I don't remember which one. And let me see if I can remember how to do this. Let me put this on a new line. And then I want this to be all the way down here. And you don't have to use semicolons as far as I know, so I'm not going to. Recording cob to POSIX, W. Please do that. Please do that. I need to be taken away, sent to an insane asylum. Right, and then we need the function. So this will just be the function, and there's a key. I think that's how you set it up. Right, so there's a key that gets inputted here. Now there's console.log the key, because that's what you do in JavaScript. And you can see what it is. So I think I did that right, hopefully. If I reload this, and it should be compiling it actually. The watch, yes, it seems to. If I type something, it doesn't work. W, based. There we go. Okay, now it does. I had to refresh it. Yeah, so it outputs this key. So let's see what that is. It's a keyboard event. So we can actually add that type here. Keyboard event. W key. Is trusted. I don't know what that means. Wow, there's a lot of stuff. That's the code. Type is key down. Which is, so that's like the key. But I think there's the name here. Key right here. Wait. Yeah, key. There we go. So it's just a string, I think, with the value. So we can use that, I believe. What if I press control? What does that look like? Control is the key. Control left, which is 17. So I think we can use a switch statement. Do they have that in JavaScript? I believe so. And there also is control key true. So if I do control and then F, and I press the F, it does say control key true. So that is interesting. So we can use that, right, for the shortcuts. Because it's going to be basically the same as Kano, is how it'll be structured. So we'll have that event listener, and then, yeah, so I'll just append. For now, I'll just append it. I don't want to do that. So append, I'll create the text here. Hello, Stam, how you doing? This will be the text, how we sort it. It'll be a string, start out as nothing. We just can add to it, basically. So we'll do text plus equals key.text. Key.key, I think is what it was, actually. And then I'll just console.log the text. So it should update continuously. Once that compiles, we'll reload this, and we'll go back. Oops. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. So paragraph element. What does that mean? Why is it a paragraph element? I don't get that. Sigma Riz Dev. True. I've got Skibbity Riz only in Ohio. Uh, let's see. Yeah, I don't get why it's a paragraph element. Is it because this is the same as the ID in here? So what if I call this something else? Let's call it, instead of text, we'll call it the data. Data. Data is not defined. Why is it not defined? Should very much be defined. Not find the name data. Oh, yes. We need to do let. I forget that. Nerd 2, true. So, you know, CanoScript is better because you don't have to have that. You can just define it like how it was, like that. So, you know, I'm just saying. I'll send a message to Google. Okay, there we go. So now that outputs it. That's what it's going to look like. So let's get the object. I think we can create it here. So we'll let, this will be the, I don't want to call it, I'll do the text P. Nerd 2, very true. Very true. Text P. And this will be, yeah, it'll be the HTML paragraph element, because that's what it is. Equals. Remember to use strings over enums. I don't know what you mean by that. My screen is orange now. Okay. Paragraph element, and we just want to do, what is it? Is it window or is it, we need to get, right, get element by ID, but what is it? Is it, right, I don't use JavaScript, so I don't remember what the prefix is, because not window, because that's where you add the event listener. So what is the, I'll have to look it up, but we want to get the text element. Right, so this isn't going to work because it doesn't know what that is, right? Now, let's see, I think I found a good one here. Perhaps. Document, that's what it is. Okay. Yes, forgive my ignorance. Now, what do you mean by use strings over enums? What does this mean? A line is defined there. Right, it doesn't like this type. Let me just get rid of that. I think you knew it without. This will be a const as well, because it won't change. W const. Do you remember that debatable video where Theo says strings are greater than enums for being cleaner? Ooh, yes. Yes, I do remember that. We should watch that video. I should watch it during the stream. I forgot about that because I don't remember what he said, but I do remember what you're talking about. We were talking about comparing strings. Yes, I recall. Right, no, we need to set the text. So we'll just set, instead of this, we'll set text p dot inner HTML equals data. Can I do that? So it is null, so it cannot get this element. If text p, if there is text p, then this otherwise, well, actually, we'll just check if it's null. So if not that, then we will console.error. Right, we say that. And then we'll also exit. Can you do that? Actually, I don't think there is exit. So maybe I'll alert this. Failed. Right. Did not work. Failed. Okay, so we did not get the element properly. So I think we need to call that perhaps. Respect Theo for his dedication to the whole web industry, but that video was a bit, I don't know. Yeah, true. But he does know more about how JavaScript and stuff work, so maybe he had some good points. But I don't know. I don't really remember the video. Let's see. So, do we need to... What if I set it here? Right, what if we get it each time? Bar. Well, let, right? Bar is old school. Did not work. Why does it fail? Can I print it out? Right, I thought this would work. What if I do that? Does it just print out? No. No, it does get that. Wait. Oh, wait, now it works. Hang on. Look at that. It's a text editor. Right. It doesn't work exactly, but it is a text editor. Maybe TypeScript makes them enums? I don't know. That'd be a cool feature, because in terms of auto-completion, if there is auto-completion, strings may be more useful. Right, yeah, it depends on a lot of stuff. We could actually investigate that. If I watch the video, we could test what it compiles into, because it does compile into JavaScript code. Right, here. So, like, what I'm working on now compiles into this, which isn't a lot different, right? It just removes the types. But we could see, like, how... Because the JavaScript code, I don't think that changed anything. So we could see how TypeScript handles it, perhaps. Right, so we want to sort of handle it. So we can do... Try what? We'll do text insert. So we'll make a function. Text insert. We want to insert data. Well, we could get the element there, because we always know what it's going to be. So, well, maybe that's not the right name for it. We could just display text. And we'll take data, which is a string. Well, we don't need to pass it, because it is here. Right, because it is a global variable. So, try. That could be interesting. Yes, I think that would be a fun thing to test out. See, I forget how you do this. Const that equals that. Not that. I think that's right. So display text, we'll do that. Display text. Right, so we'll just call that, it'll use global variables, and it'll actually grab this one here. So we don't need to do that. We don't need this. Do this. Our global variables stack stored in C. What's stored on, like, the global variables part, so it's, like, prior to the stack. They're not stored in the heap, for sure. But it is, like, the pre-allocated data, so it's similar to the stack, but it's not, like, because it doesn't ever go out of scope, so it's not technically stack, right? So that, and then we want to p.inner now equals data. Okay. Is there any errors? There is. Okay, text is declared here. What does that mean? Oh, right, because we do not have this. So we want to actually do that as well. Alright, does that compile? Does indeed. Okay, reload. Type stuff. And that seems to work. So now we can switch over, right? So we can switch over the data. Actually, we want the key. So we want to switch over the key. So let's pass the key there. We can just actually do that. Yeah, okay. Key is a keyboard event. Right. So actually, I think we could just call the function, but I don't know how to do that, so. Let's see. So we can check that, and then we want to actually add. So data plus equals key, but we do want to switch over first. So switch key. So I think this is how you do it, right? In case I don't think you need the break statements, because I don't think fall through is a thing. So it's pre-allocated by the compiler and some fixed memory block. Yeah. So that's what the stack is as well. It's just the stack can change. Case of enter. Switch over key.key. Right. So if it's enter, we'll use these quotes. Then we want to data plus equals a new line. And it has to be a string. And then otherwise, it's key.key. Let me try that. So we'll then insert a new line. Doesn't oh, does it fall through actually? Is there fall through in? Alright, it doesn't actually display it as a new line. So how do you display that as a new line? Why does that not work? Why can't I see it? Is this? I don't know why, but okay. Drag this over. Now I can see it. There we go. wris. TypeScript/yes allows single quotes. Yes, it does, but I don't like using those because that is weird. So it doesn't. How do you display a new line? Oh, I think you actually have to insert that. I don't know if it has to be closed. Okay, yeah, so we got that. So we do need a data structure to store the line so that we can keep track of it. But we do have that. And then to display it, I don't know how we would. Can you underline? Go back here. No. Is there a tag for that? Because we could underline the current one that you're on. You could make the dev panel into a separate window. Does it pop out? Well, I don't know how. Dockside, I don't want to change that. It doesn't seem... Well, it's fine. It's fine how it is. There is U. Wait, that's depreciated. Okay, what else is there? Right, I don't want to use that because then that affects the whole thing. I want to insert it like how I did with this, where it has this in it, right? So it'd be like wrapped in that, depending on what the current cursor is at. So we do need to store the cursors. Let's actually do that. Can we insert? Is there insert? JavaScript insert into array. Yeah, add index. Is that a thing? I'm assuming there's some method for that. The multi-layer window in the gear is that. Let's see. In the gear. Oh, what the heck? That's a lot of stuff. Where is it? Panel layout. No. What is it? Multi-layer? Can't search here. I'm lost. Hang on. No, no. Not that. This. On the side of the panel. Over here? Oh, this one? It's the hamburger. Wait, hamburger. What is that? Hamburger. Highlighted it. This? Well, you can't see that actually. Hang on. It's up here. Where you were before. I don't know what. Up here? I don't see a hamburger. This is very confusing. I can just look it up. The three dots, yeah. This. Undock into separate window. Where is that? I don't see it. Can't see that. The first option. Dock side. Oh, okay. That didn't seem like a side to me, so. Okay, thank you. W. Alright, I'll leave it over here, and there we go. Thank you, Stam. W Stam. Let's see, what am I doing here? So, splice. Okay, splice. Can we use that? So, let's store the cursor. So, we're going to make an interface. I think that's what it is called. So, interface, buffer, right. And then we'll have the data, which is a string. And then we'll have the cursor, which is a number. So, I don't know if there's unsigned numbers. We'll use that. Truth navigation be like true. W. So buffer, and then we want to we'll want to create the global buffer. So buffer equals, and the data will be that. Cursor will start at 0. Something like that. And does that compile? I cannot find, yeah, so we can't find data because we have to use data.data. Buffer.data, rather. Yeah, we can set it here. So we can set data equals buffer.data. And we can just use data. Cannot find buffer. Did you mean buffer? This is, oh yeah, this is supposed to be let buffer. Well, yeah. Okay, does that work? Almost. Slice subarray. What does that mean? Is missing the following properties from the type buffer. Data string and cursor number. Wait, that is right. What's the issue? I'm confused. Slice that. What if I said it's 10 dollars? Rerun that. Are we cooked? I didn't use export buffer. Oh shoot, because it's using the wrong thing. Alright, so I can't call this buffer. So we'll just call this data. We'll call it data, that's fine. Data. Can I do that, or does that not be called buffer either? What do you think null operates as in JS? Because I think it is a null pointer, but I don't know how it works that. So we don't want this to be null. I don't know how it works. We could look at that. That could be interesting. Look at it under the hood. Oh, let's see. Does that work? Alright, so it does not work because we don't. Yeah, because it changes each time. So let's do. Yeah, let's just use buffer.data because it's not. I don't know if there's like references, but. And we do want to iterate the cursor as well. Cursor. I don't know if there's plus plus. We'll see. Not find the name data. Yeah, buffer.data. Okay, that seems to work. And then reload this, and now we can type, and we can do that. All right, perfect. Perfect. And it does seem to iterate the cursor. So now we want to insert at the cursor position, and then we can move the cursor, and that'll be cool. So, splice. Right, so what is this? Splice. 2, 0. Right, what is the 0 for? Let me look at the splice JavaScript. And usually there's like this one. Yes, Mozilla developer thing. To spliced. I want splice. Yeah, so what does the 0 mean? What does that mean? Delete count. Okay, so you don't delete any? So can we do let's do key value equals key underscore value equals key dot key, and then and then we'll add to it at the end. So we can do buffer.data.splice into start would be buffer.cursor plus plus. I think we can do that. So cursor plus plus 0, and then the key value. Right, and then we'll just set the. We don't need to set this then, and then we can set key value equals y. Well, no, it was verb. Let's see. Let me put that. Minimize this one. I want this to be on the same thing like that. Okay. Did it compile? It did not. Splice does not exist on string. Okay, so we cannot do that on the string. Why? For string. Compile. Well, it does compile. It's called the TypeScript compile. Store.split. Well, you have to do weird stuff. What is that? You have to do this. Right, I don't like this. Alright, so let's just do that. We'll do. Let me try that. Let chars equal buffer.data.split. Is that what it is? It's actually just error checking because it is interpreted. Well, it does compile it into JavaScript, right? And then it checks for errors there. But it is technically compilation. It's just to another high-level language. And then there is a JIT, right, for JavaScript, but that is different. Yeah, we'll do chars.splice. I should call it something other than chars, but transpile. Well, it's called the right. If we look at it, what we're running, I'll go back here, is TSC, which is TypeScript compiler. So it is compiling, right? Transpile is it's basically a subset of compilation, right? But true. Yes, we'll set buffer.data equals chars.j. Does this work? This looks like Python. Okay, found 0 errors. W. We love that. And we're cooked. We are cooked. What the heck is this? That doesn't work. Is it this? Because it's supposed to by. Interesting. We're cooked. Actually, transpile skibbity c. True. We should make a brain rot language. You see, this sucks. Right, let's make this. So let's make a, well, what if we don't have this? Right, that's all. Is this the only way to do that? There's no way to insert into string. Can I do that? Please. Why is this? Okay, that's the best we can do. Sure. Let's do buffer.data equals buffer.data.slice 0 buffer.cursor cursor plus key value plus buffer dot data dot slice dot cursor. Let's see, does that work? It does compile. No, why does it do this? Right, console. Did you know in JS you can basically store an array of callables and then maybe call them in an iteration? W? How do you know that, Stan? What do you know about that? Something to do with the cursor? Does the cursor mess it up? We iterate it each time, but is it, oh, it needs to be iterated by more for this one. Cursor, that's equals, key value dot left. Let me do that. That is incorrect. W. Okay, so that's what it was. So I think the other thing did work, but I kind of like this a little better. It's not great because of concatenation, but you actually know where you know this from. W. Bro actually knows where he learned this from. Space doesn't work. That's interesting. Okay. So we want to highlight the cursor position. So how do we want to do that? Making an admin application for a bar. Pre-Rust, bro. Next.js. Bro is a Next.js developer. Professional. WSTAM. So I want to display it in that way. So if we just wrap it in, what was it? What was the underlying thing? Because there is U, but I think that was said it was depreciated, but is it not actually? It still shows that here, so we'll use that. So if we use that tag and we insert it before and after the cursor position, then it would underline where we're at, and that could be interesting. So let's do. I'm thinking about how to do it. So at the cursor position, we want to insert, basically like this. So just before the cursor position. Ooh, unless it's 0. Wait, so we can't do before. Well, that would. Let me insert at. If we do that. Right, I'm trying to think about how it would. And then buffer cursor +1. And this is the closing tag. Does that work? I don't know. I might have some boundary issues. The U tag does not seem to work. It would appear that it is not right. But it also doesn't close. Oops. Why is this? Why is that? Is the U tag, does it not exist? Do you not exist? Can't imagine working outside of the main function. Must be challenging to switch from the function main. Oh yeah, true. Everything's kind of cool. That's true, and it's kind of weird because like variables that you declare in functions, sometimes you can call them outside, and there's also built-in names. Like I was dealing with the buffer issue. I don't know. I'm not a fan of those kinds of languages, to be honest. If I do that, if I do that. Does it not insert that at all? It does, but it is after. So let's go back here. Let's iterate it afterward. Okay, that's doing something. Not exactly what I want, but right. A few times find yourself looking for the main function in your code, bruh. Yes, I should make a main function because I think that is. I can then just call it from outside or whatever, but I'll worry about that once I figure out what I'm doing. Right. Is there another way to display as bold or underlined? If I do, well, and we'll do that, and then we'll do buffer cursor +1. Because I don't know if there's a good way to underline the specific character that you're on. Plus 1, 2, 3, right? Because that's the length of it. Yeah, it kind of doesn't work. And then we have to get rid of it, though, so maybe that's not a great way to do that. So how can we underline HTML underline specific character in paragraph? I might have to change how it's handled, sort of. So let me get rid of this. Right, because I didn't think about removing it afterward. Right, there is the U tag, but that's not what I want. And then you can add that, a style. Within the span. Yeah, but then we have to get rid of it the same, right? Value is that. So if we insert that there, but then we have to remove it afterward, and that's kind of hard to do, right? Right, so we could use that. I'm trying to think. Stop string. Right, so that inserts it. Because I want to be able to know where the cursor is. You need to highlight and basically, yeah. Is there another way to highlight? Right, I was thinking underline, but perhaps there is highlight. Right, but I want to highlight the cursor position, basically. Highlight text. How do you do that? Right, like I'd like, here, this is a good example. Let's see. I'd like to, the cursor position is currently here, so I'd like it to highlight that. I like how it doesn't Kano. Could keep a collection of everything you have with the highlighted bool attribute for each. But I only want to highlight one of them, right? Mark tag, and that does that. That's kind of flashbanging, my bad, my bad. Right, unless there's a better way than just displaying the paragraph. Trying to think. So I guess we could recreate the entire buffer each time. Right, so what if this is the insert text, right? Insert text, because that's really more appropriate. Insert text. And then, yeah, so this could be instead a collection. I don't know if text is available, we'll use that. So then it'll be an interface. Interface of text. And then we'll have the data, which is a string. And then we'll have the highlighted, which is a bool. Is it bool or boolean? Looks like boolean, because that highlighted properly. Highlighted. So, and then we can just display text, and we'll set the cursor position. So how do we do that actually? We can't really do that, can we? Yes, this. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Right, because then if we display it, we just sort of recreate it each time, where we insert at the current position the text that we want, and then it's different. Or we could have the display text, right? So instead of this, we could still use strings. This is the display text, and then we also have the actual text, right? So this is I don't know. We only read it each time. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't know what that means. Data string. Well, we need an array of this. Okay, I don't. Right, how do you make an array? How do you do that? Array of boolean in TypeScript. Is that a thing? All right, just like that. And then that could correspond to each index, right? So we could set buffer.data. This could be .text.data. Right? So this will be called text. Text.data. Buffer.cursor is still correct, but buffer.text.data. And then we'll get rid of this. Yes, Boolean. Yes. And then we'll set we want all the Boolean to be reset basically each time. Well, okay, we could just have the highlighted as an index. Not exactly. Trying to think. So yeah, we don't actually need that, I'm thinking. If we just use right, I'm just trying to think. I'll leave it like this actually because that might be useful for the future, for more stuff in there. And then also I don't want to change this. Right. But if we just set we call display text and we pass the well, we don't need to pass anything, really. And we'll just create a copy of it, and then we'll insert what we need at the cursor position. Right. Can you copy a string? I don't know how that works exactly. So this will be display text equals nothing is passed, and then we'll create data copy. Right, it's not very memory efficient, but you know, equals buffer.data buffer.text.data. And then yeah, then we can do this insert next. Let's make a function for this. Or I'll just copy it for now. Let's make a function. So const this will be insert. Insert into string. Sure. I'm not using any classes or anything because not about that. So this will be the stir, and we'll have a string there. And we'll just do this, but with the stir, right? And then we'll return stir. Data, which I don't own, just here. For text data with stir. Right, and return the string, and then we can use that, right? What is this? Did I mess this up? I did, okay. Buffer.text.data with, why does it replace all of them? Oh, right, because I'm doing that. I'm stupid. Buffer text data is stir. Okay, return string, and this will equal that, and then we'll insert into string, and this can be inserted into string as well. So buffer text data equals that of buffer text data. So it could be a method of sorts, but I don't know how to do that exactly. Right, so this could even just be that. So it doesn't need to be a declaration. That's that. Because it shouldn't modify the string if it creates a copy, which I think it does, but it might not. So I don't know. I don't know how JavaScript works. Let's see. Insert in string without x.data. We also need the index. Yeah. So let's put. Oh, we can just use the cursor actually, can't we? We have to pass the key value, which is a string. Just call it a value. There we go. And we'll just insert. We'll insert this string that was here, or this thing, right, which highlights it. So this. Oh, with a semicolon at the end. Okay. Bam. Insert that. And that should work. And then we don't have to remove it each time, right? So we'll do let's get this here. Inner HTML equals data copy. So I don't know if it creates a copy, so I might have to look up how to do that exactly. But did it compile? It did not. So expected that. Yeah, so I declared this wrong. Also, I realized this is a flashbang, so can I turn on dark reader on here? Or does that not work? Or I could just set the background. That makes sense. Style. I forget how to do this. Right. Body. And color is, let's do gray. I think that's how you do it, right? Perhaps not. It is W. Okay, let's do dark gray. Can we do that? Nope. Dark gray. Dark gray. That's not very dark. Let's do gray. That's good for now. I'll get a specific color later. So what is the issue here? Right, I need to fix this. And that was it? No. Right, this needs to be data. I can do it like this. So text is that, data is that. Okay. Thought it was dark because it froze due to some kind of overflow with the constant rewrite. Bruh. Wait, is it gonna cause an overflow? That doesn't work. Right, okay, so we can't use text, so we'll call it something different. So we'll call it buff. We'll call it buff, sure. Can we use that? Seems to be so. Hopefully not. We'll see. Ooh, that looks like it works. Okay. If you type fast, right, it does underline a little weird on the new line, but that kind of works. And then we can change the cursor position as well, right? So if we switch over this and we do case of, we'll use the arrow keys for now. So what is the arrow key? If I press that. Arrow left, arrow right. All right, so we can just use that. That'll work. Right, I'm going to do that because I don't want to worry about the modes just yet. And we'll do cursor. With cursor. Minus. Sure. Well, we want to check it as well. So if buffer.cursor is greater than 0, then we'll do that. And then we'll also return at the end. Case of arrow right. So that's all that I'll do for now, because we don't have the lines tracked. So if buffer.cursor is less than buffer.text.data.length, then buffer.cursor plus plus. We don't need a semicolon. And we'll return as well. Can you not return? Is that not a thing? Why is it not highlighted? Alright, it does just work though. Alright, it doesn't seem. Oh yeah, because we need to update as well. What I do is display every character until the last one, and then show the last one separately and highlight it with yes, but you have to be able to move the cursor as well, right? So I should update it. There we go. Okay, yeah. So we now can move back and forth. It does underline a little weird. What if we use bold instead? Or highlight? Is there a way to do that with being able to move the cursor? Like your idea that you have? Because that is kind of important. Oh, or be attacked. Is there something else that is like that? Because that's the only issue I would have with that. Could do something with inserting it like this as well. I don't know. B instead of bold. Okay. Is there a special thing that is like this? Do you go through all the characters to print them out or like display? Well, it just sets the internal thing, the inner HTML of the element. So it's just you set it to the string value basically. This did not work at all. What's the deal with that? Okay, it doesn't like this escape code thing because it underlines the character. Okay, W. So that doesn't quite work, does it? It does not quite work. Can I do this? No, alright, that doesn't work. You have to keep the cursor position and if index of the current K in the iterator over the characters You need to do triple equals, though. Let me think about that. So, but there is not an, we don't iterate over it, so that would sort of change that, and I feel like that'd be less efficient even. So you can go through the characters and either highlight them or unhighlight them. But unhighlighting them is difficult because you have to delete the text, and that could cause issues with the buffer. For them only to highlight or unhighlight. Yeah, I feel like at that point it's not even really worth it. Say delete characters. Does it? No, but it did move it. And if we do backspace, we want to buffer schema if buffer cursor greater than 0, then that. And then we want to actually, yeah, then we want to insert at the position. At the new line things also, we need to handle that a bit differently. But if we change how the lines are handled, I don't know. I'll think about that. Data equals that, and instead of, well, yeah, instead we just want to insert nothing. Right. Yeah. So it doesn't recognize backspace. Yeah, we want to return here. Let. What is let? Let it be. Very true. Right, it did move it, but it didn't insert that. So what if I insert a space like that? We have to call display text as well. I could have like a defer thing. Is that a thing? Okay, that doesn't work. Yes, because we want to replace the text rather than doing that. So I think we can just index it actually. Can we do that? With my cursor. I don't know if that works. Why do I still get ads on Brave? I don't know. I think you need a different one for Twitch. I don't know how that works. Kano type, yeah, I'm doing kano.ts right here. There's the link. W. In TypeScript, just to learn TypeScript. And also, I was planning on using a rope, like a rope data structure, if you have heard of that, for the data, basically, for the stream, rather than a regular stream. Uninstall, I'll install uBlock for Twitch. I don't even know if uBlock works. I think you need a special one for Twitch. Yeah, but I'm not sure about this, right? I don't know exactly how it works. I need to read on it more. So I'll look into that, because I think it could be interesting. An interesting way to explore the rope data structure and TypeScript at the same time. This needs to be equal sign. All right. Okay, so you can only read. So how do you replace it? We could do the slice thing, right? And then change the index. So what if we do that? Take this thing and change, whoops. And then do, well, we can't do, yeah, we can do -1 here. Also, that's a bit different because we need to still backspace on it. Let's do that. Yeah. We can't do this. trying to remove one. So value's not a thing. We want to do just a space like that. Gonna find stir. Oh yeah, so we'll put stir here with what is bro searching at there? Bruh. Buffer dot text dot data. Bam. Okay, did that compile? It did. I don't know if it'll work. Almost worked. It's not delete the most recent one, so I do it before. There we go. Okay, and we can't delete the first character again. Oh, it does work. Okay, W. I go back here. We can delete. We can delete from the middle, but we do want to shift it over, so that's a thing. Someone should make Twitch for the terminal. True. Make your searches like 10 times slower. Can we shift an array in shift string? Shift string. Right, is that a thing? Shift substr. Buffer text data. Dot what? Dot substr. Is that a thing? I don't know how that function works, so I'm just guessing. Right, well that doesn't work. It doesn't update. Doesn't seem to work. When you try Tor, it was like one search for 2 minutes. Bruh. 1080p YouTube with Tor. Bruh. I can't even watch 1080p YouTube, but I think that's the only computer it doesn't like it. Shift function. You're gonna do that. I don't like this. I don't like it. Array dot shift. Right, let me try that. Convert it into array and then shift it. Array equals text data split by that. And then why does the let not highlight? I don't know. Broke out the Nest PC. True. Need a name for your color scheme. I don't know. I'm not good at naming things, to be honest. Buff array.shift and then set it back. Buffer text data. Whoops. Text dot data equals buff array dot join. Does that work? Yeah. Did it compile? It did not. Wait, we don't want let for that though. Hang on. Do you have to? Why do you set char there? Can I just do that? Right, that does. Right, so we want to shift on the other side though. Can we do that? Let me see this shift function. What is this? Does this give something good? Is there something simpler than that? I don't like that at all. Can you pass something to it? Please. Please. Help me out here. Better than bad laptop, W. Send the Neo fetch. Can I shift the other way, please? Please. But we don't want to do the last step. I want to do an index. Slice? Do I want to use slice? Actually, slice might be a good thing. Let me try that actually. That could be better, perhaps. So instead of that, we just slice it. From 0 to the cursor. Yeah, let me try that actually. Just sort of skip over. What if I do this? What if I don't add that? Actually, does that just work like that? Not quite, because we don't have what's after that for some reason. Seal name for my project from nature or gemstones. W. That's always the best way to go. That was expected. What? Oh, this is wrong. What's that? Okay, is that why it didn't work? Let's see. It's there. Okay. W. Here. Alright, does delete. Deletes under the cursor. That's fine. I'd like it to delete before the cursor. Right. Because that's sort of what would be expected, you know? But I guess that's fine, how it works. Just a bit strange. So maybe we should do cursor +1. Well, no, that's fine. Rosa site. W. Guys, try parsing your data simply as a fun experience. Perhaps. That works. The cursor's a bit interesting of a position, but that's okay. So now we can delete from the string and insert into it. Insert a new line there. Right, the new line, we can't really delete them, though. Or it takes a few characters to delete them because they are a few characters wide. Which isn't great. But I don't know. Right, we need to track. Like, if in the data, we track the lines, like similar to how we do in Kano. Source. So buffer, can we search for that, please? Yeah, so we have the data, which is the string, and then the rows. We keep track of the rows, so we calculate them. This actually looks very good. All you do. I don't like the color scheme that I sent to. Calculate rows, so we iterate over them, and then we insert a new line at the end of each row, basically. Barrel versus... I like barrel. Is that how you pronounce it? Burial. Something like that. However you pronounce it, I like how it's spelled. So let's see. Yeah, so we do that and we set the data equal to that. And we set the rows. Yeah. Well, if it equals that, then we set that. But then we need to change how we're displaying it. Is it muted? No, it should not be muted. I can turn it up a little. Hang on. Is that better? I turn it up a little bit. It shouldn't be muted or quiet. It's pretty close to... I can turn it up more if that's not good, but I might have been too far away. So we could do something like that, perhaps. And that would be a better way to display it as well. Your audio? Okay, bro. Right. And then what if instead of that, we just use a different paragraph each time? Well, I don't know about that. I don't know. Like, I don't know the best way of doing this exactly. We could apply stuff on all of the text. Headphones time, W. Locan, W. W locan. I'm gonna commit what I've got here. Let's see if anything I don't want to commit. I want to do that. So git ignore. Do any JS files, because we don't like stinky JS. We only use TypeScript here. I think I already did actually include that. So commit with editor. Push that. All right. W is. Let's go here. I kind of like this simple though. Myself. Main TS. Yeah. All right. So that's a W. Let's write the README. Kano.tx. Third of the highlighting is weird, but that's good. Kano. Type script. Start. So you just have to see main.tx, and then open your HTML file in your favorite browser. There we go. Highly portable. Name of wheels. Wheel of names. Yes, that's a W. Read me. I would like to probably stop the development now. I'll work on it more on another stream. I'll probably do a Kano shell stream, but yeah, I'd like to watch Stam's video, perhaps. That could be a W, because I haven't seen it yet. I've been waiting for the stream. And I meant to stream the last 2 days, but stuff came up, so I was not able to. So let's find that. No, I gotta watch yours first, and then Theo. Yours first, then Theo. Because yours is pretty short, just a few minutes, so. Then, yeah, I have not seen it, so I gotta do it. So let's go here, bam, W. Alright, so you can see, that's actually a really good thumbnail, I like it. Yeah, like curves there. Your thumbnails are all very good. There's a noticeable improvement here, and also, you get more views, right? So, you know. This one really went off, that's cool. This one's funny. But yeah, I think this one looks the best out of any of the thumbnails, probably. Yeah, let's see. 3 minutes. So about mazes. W mazes. What was the site one? Alright, that's good. I like that one. Last one is a good thumbnail. True. Alright, let's play it. So, the volume is very quiet. Let me turn it up. Way up.
A fairly popular topic in the field of algorithms.
I feel like that's still kind of too quiet. It doesn't go up anymore. I think we're cooked. Is that loud enough?
Because there are a lot of aspects to learn. Today, let's take a slightly different look at this problem and explore dynamic.
Is it too quiet? Did you get a decent amount of likes? I haven't commented. I'll comment after I watch it. Let me know if it's too quiet. Let me slow it down a little. Yeah, too fast. Yeah, it gets set to that automatically. So not too quiet. Pipewire or Pulse Audio? I don't remember. I think it's Pulse Audio. I have them both installed for some reason. I don't remember which one I use. I don't really. See, I could turn it up here. No, it's all the way up. Yeah, the volume is full. I know, I set it up years ago. I don't remember any of it.
Maze generation is a fairly...
That's loud enough, right? I think that's good.
...popular topic in the field of algorithms, because
it seems kind of low quality, but it's at 1080p.
There are a lot of aspects to learn. Today, let's take a slightly different look at this problem and explore dynamic mazes.
Dynamic mazes, W.
First, let's settle the terminology and see the basics. A maze consists of cells that have 4 walls, each either on or off.
W.
The initial maze can be generated with any algorithm. The requirement is for the maze to be perfect. In other words, there needs to be only one path from a cell to any other cell, and there need to be no isolated or inaccessible areas. For simplicity, we'll call inaccessible areas lakes because they're locked. There are 2 approaches to generate dynamic mazes. If you inspect this perfect maze, you'll notice that adding or removing any wall will make it imperfect. So adding a wall requires removing another wall somewhere else, and vice versa.
That makes sense.
Notice that adding a wall in any place of a perfect maze splits it into exactly 2 lakes. So the problem simplifies into 2 actions. First, add a wall between any 2 cells that don't already have a wall between them, and delete any wall on the border of the 2 lakes, on the shore so to speak. It's possible to be done by going through the cells of either lake,
like neighboring pairs of cells. Okay.
And collecting pairs of walls that are in different lakes. A wall can fully be described with a pair of cells. Another tip is that you don't need to collect the cells of both lakes, since there are only 2 lakes in total. If a cell isn't part of one lake, it is inevitably part of the other. The immense bonus of the algorithm is that the positions of the added and the removed walls are more likely to be far away from each other. This algorithm is likely useful for a game where the player is periodically blocked from going in a certain direction, in an escape scenario for instance.
W game.
What if we needed to first delete a wall and then add one in the right place? One helpful thing to notice is that by walking from any wall of a perfect maze, it's possible to make it to the border of the field.
And I need to change the title. Hang on, let's see. So there we go. W. Okay,
If it's
sorry.
possible to get to the border of the field from any wall of a construction, we'll call it a peninsula. And otherwise we'll call it an island. The algorithm first picks a random cell that we'll call RC, and then those cells it has a wall with. It's possible that there are no such neighbors, so if that's the case, we do it all again until there is at least one. The algorithm is now 5 actions. Choose a random one from these neighbors, we'll call it Rn, make a path to it, remove the wall between RC and Rn, pick a random pair of consecutive cells from the path, and make a wall between them. As you can see, the island is connected to a peninsula. As always, I've made a demonstration where you can play around with the two algorithms and see the implementations.
And I did do that on the other stream. That's a W. That one's kind of loud. W video, Stan. Cool video, thank you. Very true. I don't have a funny comment to say. I'll have to think about it and I'll comment it later. Very true. Very awesome. Good stuff. Sound is from Noah. W Noah. PayPal is crazy. Yes, make sure you go do that though. Here we let me I gotta take a screenshot of this. Hang on. Hold up. There we go. And then yeah, I'm gonna paste that in the Discord later. Alright, what's the Theo video? Because I wanted to try it out. So let's do, let me see if I can find it. What is it? Theo T3 Enum string, right? Something like that. What screen shot I use? Flame shot. Bam. Flame shot is quite a W. Is this it? Is this the video, Stan? Need a comment now. Will do that. Yes, it is very good. I like flame shot. Yes, this is a video. Or watch the video and then I want to test it, right? Because we didn't do that before because I didn't have TypeScript installed. So we'll try it out.
TypeScript's great. It's not perfect.
This is kind of loud.
There's a handful of
I'll turn it down just a little.
features that are best avoided.
Very true.
One in particular that it's
turn it
time
down.
we stop using is enums.
Don't use
Let's talk about
enums.
it.
I'm gonna use enums.
How do I even get started about enums? They seem like a good idea because they are in a lot of other languages. The general idea of an enum is a structure that has a set of valid values.
Enums, fast and change. Imagine not making your code as slow as possible.
Maybe you have a user roles enum where the roles are user, subscriber, admin, and staff.
Right? That
So
makes
here's
sense.
an example of a pretty common
W enum.
like
I'm
thing
gonna use an enum in the
you would
editor.
use an enum for.
Next
The
stream.
problem here is user role.user is 0 by default. So if I was to if user role.user console.log, this will never get hit because user role.user is 0.
See, why is
and
this an
false.
issue? I don't get that. What's the issue? Like, why would you do this? Yeah, I don't understand. What's the case where you'd use that? Like, what's the point of that? User role.user. Why do you have to do that? I don't get it. The example.
That is incredibly
I
cursed.
remember this now. I remember.
This in and of itself is enough of a reason to never use enums.
Why?
The problem here, and this is like why I'm so frustrated, is we all seem scared of the thing that works well here. And when you move to this, it actually
then
ends
it's
up being a much
strings.
better
Use the
developer
strings.
experience. The way I would do user role, oh, look at that. Look at Copilot. Smarter than the average TypeScript dev, showing us
Very
the right
true.
way to do this.
W
The thing you
Copilot.
lose is the dot syntax. So I can't
TypeScript sugar.
go over this list.
Right, hang on. I want to see how this works, right? So let's try that. Let's do a row. So let's make a TypeScript file. And we can just write it here. So let's create an enum, roles, right, user, admin, whatever. And then if I console.log, roles.user, if I do that, and then I'll just run it using Node, right? So I'll do TAC that, because I'm using Vim, so I can do this. Does that not work? Why is it taking so long? Let me close these other ones here because I don't need any. Because I am done with that for the day. Exit there. Okay. Because anything's a boolean. Yeah, but why do you need to? I'm confused. And let's just run node. Run like that. 0. Okay. So that's what it is. Right, and if you use the string, no. Type. You call it a type, so I don't know what the difference is. But this is stir roles equals user or admin. Right, so stir roles. Right, we created that. So how does it work? Hang on,
Wait to do this. The thing you lose is
user role equals
the
that.
dot syntax. So I can't go over this list and
never do anything like this in a normal situation. You can even do if stir. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's how it works in C as well.
access every value. So if I had like, I wanted to drop down and I want to do something for each of these values, I can't use a role dot for each because this isn't a real thing. So how do I get access to all of these values? Actually, a cool way to do this. Const user roles equals, we'll do an array. Come on, Copilot. There we go. And then I can do type user role equals. Ta-da! Now I have a strict array of all
This
the
seems
possible.
like useless. Hang on. I don't understand how TypeScript works. Hang on. Comparing this. So if let's create a row of rows equals. I need that. TypeScript compiler, so I don't want to run. They aren't made for it. It says enums are bad because you can't iterate over one. Well, you can iterate over one because it starts at 0, right? So you could iterate starting at 0 to that. It's just, you know. Cannot find admin. Oh yeah, we need to do roles.admin. Right, that's how it works, right? Flameshot isn't working. Why not? What part does not work? Can I find name role? What did I use role? Oh right, we need to do let or whatever. Now we're cooked. Hang on. I use Scrot. Bruh. That's an interesting name. Alright, that did run, and then node. So that does work. But then yeah, like if you use strings it's slower, right? So that's kind of an issue. Let me go here. Let's look at the JavaScript code. What the heck is all this? Oh, does it just use a string anyway? You set the current desktop to sway, bruh. Wait, this is what it compiles into. Because I knew there was no enums in JavaScript, but I didn't know. So it just, wait, what is this even? Roles, var roles. So roles, user equals 0. So it basically ends up using strings anyway. Yeah, okay, so this actually makes sense then, right? So, because then you get some benefits of doing it. It's a bit more you have to do up front. So actually, I think this makes sense then. Like Theo's way of doing it, using strings instead.
Values, and I can even as const this. And now it's guaranteed these 3 values. Those are all the user roles. And I have a type of this, which is the user or admin or staff. So now type user can have, I need the equals. I'm getting my brain plagued by the world of enums. Can have role, which is user role. And also in here, const data equals user roles.map. Look at that. And it automatically auto-completed that for me. So much easier to work with. Stat.
Okay, so that kind of makes sense, right? Because you can use the map function and things like that. TS is so bad, the bad one is better than the bad. True, but the one that is bad looks like it wouldn't be bad on the surface, right? But I kind of, you know, I agree with Theo now, actually, after seeing that. Right there, that can, yeah, right. I remember reading this comment, actually. See where you do it's unequal null. Does it make sense? Enum.variant. Right. Wait, but this isn't the same thing, right? Well, no, how does this work? If that dot add. Right, I don't see why you would need that. Yeah. But I still don't agree with this, right? Like, what is this thing there? I feel like that wasn't the best way to present it. Why would you ever want to check for that? Wait, he does answer. Have we read this? Is when the role is part of another object like user. And checking if they have the role set, like if user.role and but why do you need that? Why do you have to check if user.role? The explanation on its own, you only need that. If not, so if it's none, I'm still confused. Well, but it doesn't ever equal though, right? Because it's a number. Right, so if it doesn't exist, well then just have the first value be unassigned, right? And then that's 0. So if not, roll, right, we'll just do that. If not roll, then you can set, then it's unassigned, right? Or if not roll, because then that'd be false, and then just be unassigned, because then that's 0 by default. So that sort of fixes, that's sort of the whole thing. Yeah. Oh wait, I forgot to put on the nerd dev glasses while we watch Theo. There we go. Now we're really in the mood. Look at the octo comment. What is octo? Stop making videos, W. See, he explained it and it still doesn't make sense, you know? User role dot unassigned. So just have this be unassigned. And then you don't even have to set it. You pinged, yeah, I saw it. Because he replied to him right here. It's actually not going to work. Now it's going to ask me to sign in. Now I ruined everything. Let's see. I think I'll watch another field.
That's great. It's not perfect.
Right. He keeps defending this, and I don't agree with that. But the rest of it, I kind of agree with now after seeing what it actually turns into. Let's see. What else can we watch? Just a short one, because I got to go. 15 minutes. Roasted Theo. Very true. Rip cursor? I don't know what cursor is, so I'm not even getting emotional. Why are they all so long? Videos are long now. Launch a new thing. We need something interesting. Maybe I won't watch Theo video. Have anything else we could watch, Theo? I mean, Stam. I called you Theo. Have another video we could watch? An interesting video? Google. Yeah. Most of his videos are reactions to something else anyway, so that's kind of like meta, you know. Switzer. Wait, does he have one? Theo T3. Switzer. Interesting. Did I scroll past?
Switzerland now requires all government software
It's kind of loud.
to be open source. Sorry, my face is covering the word open there.
It's very fast.
Cool thing. I'm actually quite excited.
Let's go back.
Switzerland now requires all government software to be open source. Sorry, my face is covering the word open there.
Base Switzerland? I didn't even know this.
It's a cool thing. I'm actually quite excited about this. The idea that things that are funded by public money should be public. Something I generally agree with. And I'm
Switzerland. Very
actually pretty excited to see where we end up with this. So let's take a read, see what they're doing.
See, this is now reacting to him reading an article.
Of how Switzerland is changing the way that they build software for the government. The U.S. remains reluctant to work
also
with open source, but European countries are bolder. This has been sad. There have been a very small number of U.S. open source projects from the government. Yeah, a lot of the typography stuff the U.S. government did is all open source. They have like the U.S. web design system shit that is fully open source.
Yeah, he is just reading a blog post. I don't know that I'll react to that because that's kind of, you know, this is an x.com. Bad video to react. Yeah, true. Why did he link to this and not just to this? Can we get a... I don't have Dark Reader, so we're cooked. Now we're cooked. I don't really want to read this. I get the idea from the Linux. I know more people use Linux. I'm gonna start reading an article now. Have a theory you might not like. Nobody wants to install it. Today is not yesterday. That is bold take. I'm just gonna snip through. Linux is not yesterday's Linux. Incredibly easy to use. True. You don't need to use the command line, but you should. You don't have to compile your kernel, but you should. Write bash scripts, but you should. Work with regular expressions. Don't do that. I hate regex. Or install your own firmware, but you should. It's just so simple now. Why aren't more people using Linux on the desktop? Linux 4%. It was like 2% like 2 years ago, so that's pretty good. And well, the numbers might be something to celebrate, but that's not really much to huzzah over. Even so, huzzah. My theory. By all accounts, it should have. It's free, remarkably stable, secure, and easy, very stable. Especially if you use Arch Linux, the most stable distro. On top of that, the majority of desktop use cases these days are centered on the web browser. True. True, very true. Web browser is based. That's why I'm making Kano into the web browser. So what's the problem? Open source community. Cover your ears. Lack of representative. What does that mean? No, I think it's just people don't want to install it mostly. Someone comes to me asking how to get into Linux. They do not need. Yeah, I don't want to have to say something like try. Well, that's kind of okay. Yeah, overwhelming. Hyperland is for browser people. Is this true? I've never used Hyperland. Every single Linux user has an opinion. Yeah, well, I don't really care. Sadly, that variety of opinions doesn't help the cause. I don't feel like this is the big thing holding it back. An official Linux distro. That's kind of stupid, but okay. Less confusion for new users? Yeah, it's not centralized enough. Like who... I don't know, I don't really agree with that. Like, I could see how it could be beneficial, but also I see some problems that would arise from that. This is basically just Ubuntu, though, right? Like, Ubuntu has basically become the default version. Companies that want to port their software or make their hardware available to Linux might be faced with having to make it work for hundreds of distributions, or even just a handful. Official equals authoritarian. Very true. Literally fascism. Single flavor, that could equate to even more software and hard. Well, I don't know. Ubuntu user, of course, will say that. Well, I think, if any, it should probably be Ubuntu. Like, I'm not a big fan of it. Or maybe, like, I don't know, like, the other ones, there's either Debian, Ubuntu, or something that's just an offshoot of Ubuntu. Like, definitely not Arch. I don't think any Arch user would say that should be the default, but it's just basing on Debian, right? So that kind of makes sense, but standard users are added to the sudo groups. That's both Snap and Flashback support. User choice of web browser. Right, so this is basically Ubuntu, right? With those bits in place. Right, the only thing is the GNOME. But I don't think, like, it's not super unfamiliar to even Windows users. Be maintained and controlled by a collective of users. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of an L take, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't think so. I think the biggest thing is people don't want to install it. You know, like if it came pre-installed on first Linux was Pop OS. Yeah, Pop OS is good, but that's just on Ubuntu 4th, right? Shift post, very true, very true. Yeah, like if it came pre-installed on more pre-built computers, then I feel like more people would use it, you know? Like Chromebook, that's based on Linux. And a lot of people use it now because it's pre-installed on Chromebooks. So if there was something else that adopted it, like if Dell decided all of their laptops are going to have Linux now, then a lot more people would use Linux. Yeah, because again, most people just use the browser, so you don't even notice things don't work. Yeah, and so I think that's really more the thing. More so than, like, even if there's an official one, then even people who don't care or whatever, they won't install it because they don't know how to. Right? That's what I think. That is what I think. Personally. Yeah, I don't need to read all that. Let's see, is there any other cool articles? Well, I don't really like these article websites where then, just randomly here, it links to another article. Like, I don't care about that. And then here, it links to, well, this is kind of relevant, but also, it just links to that. Like, I don't like that. It's like advertisement. Everything kind of sucks. I hate the internet. Linux on your Chromebook. What? You can do that. Very cool. Linux laptops? What? What? They put Linux on the laptop? Yeah, how do you do this? Open settings, W. Developers section. Wait, Linux development environment. So this isn't actually, okay. And just let's use the terminal. Gary. I don't know what Gary is. It's an email client. Windows, yeah, Linux Mint, that's a good one too. Because it looks more familiar to Windows users. It is just Ubuntu though, right? With a different desktop environment. And no Snap, I think. Pop OS. This Linux Bro's favorite distro. Best open source email clients. Show comments. Let's see. No comments. Oh. Bruh, really? Pop OS is really good. Well, it's just a desktop environment. That's different, right? To anyone watching, if you're on Windows and want to try Linux, do Popos. Very true. Use Popos for sure. Pop OS. Pop OS, yes. Here is Pop OS. Yeah, this is, they have laptops. Well, yeah, System 76W. Website is also kind of good. True. It's probably uses React. We love React around here. It's our favorite library. Library, right? Deep learning, engineering, bioinformatics. What is this? Oh. Create what? W Pop OS. Let's see, what else is here? What else? What other articles? Let's just go to random article. Email client, yeah, these are kind of best Linux commands for troubleshooting problems. Let's see, that could be interesting. Demessage essentially examines all messages that are created after the bootloader phase of the kernel. Right, very cool. Tail, wtail, follow the output written to any log file. WWTS. Started using Pop OS a year ago, and now I have a wife, a house, and a consistent salary. Really? That's very cool. Oh, that's the reviews. Well, I mean, that's true. If you... Everyone knows that if you use Pop OS, then you don't... Then you get a wife automatically. PS is a gateway to other commands. Okay, cool. Kill. Very powerful, yes. Systemctl, www, yes. www.tech. I hate this website. What is going on here? There's too much stuff. A pkill? It is a by name PID killer. Yes, sir. Pkill, W. Pkill, W. Yes. What about it? PKit? No, I don't think I will. Give you all the Minecraft scenes. Very true. I'll do PK flame shot. W, it does work. Very cool. Kill. Yes, that's what will work. What about kill all flame shot? That works though. Yes. OBS equals obtain best skin. Very true. None of these articles are good. I don't like this. Trending tech, innovation, business, edging computing. No way. Best article website is Medium. Very true. Buying guides. You need a guide for buying? Let's look at the best TVs. No, that's kind of boring. Let's see. What's the best laptop? What's the best laptop of all time? The MacBook Pro. Can I buy it, please? What the heck? I can't afford that. Why is silver $200 more? What? Just for silver? Have you heard of perhaps He does the stuff. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does bro mean by that? Freelance and a full-stack developer based in Osaka with a passion for building. What do you mean he does the stuff? I don't get what that means. This individual, his website is really good. Is it written in React? Freelance and a full-stack developer based in Osaka with a passion for building digital services / stuff he wants. He has a knack for all things launching products from planning and designing all the way to solving real-life problems with code. When not online, he loves hanging out with his camera, bro. Currently, he is living off of his own product called InkDrop. Publishes content? What is InkDrop? I haven't heard of this individual. Has more than 100,000 subscribers. W? He does YouTube, and his videos are basically inspirational programming. W? Node.js, Electron, and React Native. W. We love React Native and Electron. I'm so glad Electron exists. It's so good. It's amazing. Markdown note-taking app with 100 plus plugins. What? Really? Interesting. So it's like Obsidian? Very cool. I've not heard of this individual. Wait, maybe I have. Wait. Have I seen their Twitter before? I might have seen this person. I'll follow. I might have heard of them. I'm not sure. Indie app developer. Source. Is it open source? Getting very distracted though. Trying to buy a MacBook here. He really inspires to program. W? I will subscribe to the YouTube. To the YouTube. Let's see here. Let's see. On the YouTube, I will subscribe. Wait, he has 13,000 subscribers. Oh, Dev as a life is him as well. Okay. Wait, he has 2? He does have 2. Interesting. Very cool. You may have seen it. I might have. Let's make it as cheap as possible, please. This is as cheap as it gets. Okay, W. Oh, wait, silver's the same price now. W? We want silver for sure. Alright. That's the cheapest we can get this one. Which, you know, that's fair. Fair enough. Sets up his NeoVim config from scratch. W. He just codes without even looking at Google. W. Based. And he doesn't even copy and paste from Stack Overflow? How does he program? Don't contribute to open source. Bro. He used ChatGPT though, right? He's got it. I contributed to Switzerland though. That's pretty good. I like that.
Know in the comments if you think that's worth doing a video on. And
wait, this is the one that I looked at. No way. If you look at his video, he just types. All right, let me get it again. I'll have to copy and paste the name because I can't spell that. Let's see. Which one is it, right? Because he has that one, and then he has Dev as like. HTMX.
What is HTMX?
What is HTMX? I know what HTMX is. Camera is also wonderful. W.
Okay, yeah. What's...
Turn that up a little, please. Wish I could do what he does. Coding JavaScript.
Never hear it? So, they extended HTML to be
Yes,
able
W.
to specify how
Link
to
the
send requests,
details.
like post HTTP request. Very nice.
Really good keyboard. True.
It works.
Click the
Everywhere.
button.
Welcome
That's
to
like a
machines.
kidney.
So
That's an arm and a leg.
I managed to get it to work.
I don't like the transparent windows. Not a fan.
So entry point it looks like this.
Yeah, I probably gotta go with that now.
Yeah.
This is W. I did subscribe on my. Oh yes, 200,000 subscribers. W.
Wait. Like this.
Yeah, it is good cinematography. I agree. I concur.
Nice.
Yeah, but I gotta go. So let's see. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, so I'll continue working on this. That's fine. TypeScript, very cool. Love TypeScript. I'll put it to React sometime. Next.js, full stack dev. That stuff. In X days. What is in X days? What does bro mean by it? Can I quit? Please, I would like to quit. Thank you. We win. Continue working. True. I'll try to stream again tomorrow, when, you know, stuff comes up. Such is life. But yeah, so, take kill OBS. Alright, I'll do it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. It's actually OBS.